Alright guys, welcome back. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. Obviously I'm playing Fortnite, but that's not really what this video is about. I chose solos, gold or whatever. Anyways, this is the gold, all gold guns, Fortnite, whatever. This is what you're watching in the background, but, it's going to be live commentary also. If I get into something, I might just jump, like, break my sentence or something and, you know, say something about Fortnite. But as you guys know, just went to MES, ETG, whatever it was, Esports Open Tour. It was a fun event, met a lot of cool people, met a lot of connections, I guess you could say, talked to people about things, but anyways, jumping into it, at first I drove down to Ray's house, Scruzzer's house, and from there, I went to the Tampa airport with him and was on a flight with him, so I'm on a flight with him from Tampa to Newark to Tampa, and this was Thursday, so I drove down to his house, we went on a flight, and we get there Thursday, and you know, everything's cool, we're all chill, we get there at like 3 a.m., we have to play Friday, you know, we had to wake up at like 8 in the morning for 9 a.m., supposedly, like the media or whatever, because we were a pool play team, and we did all that, so we get to the event night, on Friday, you know, we're there at like 9 a.m. or whatnot, and, man, it was a bunch of waste of time. We were there just sitting there from like 9 to like 10, didn't get our pictures until like 11-ish, and there was a few dumb things that were going on, and we didn't even get from the end of it. We didn't even get to the event till 12-ish, 12:30-ish, something like that. So in that time, we were just sitting there at the hotel, not doing anything. From there, we had our first match around 7:30, 6:30-ish, and we played Simp in them. Obviously, the team that came second. It was kind of worst case scenario for the whole team. Like, I've never played on Cronuses before. Cronuses are very weird. My team thought it was an excuse, but I had like very, very bad input lag the whole time, and I had bad input lag for a few of the matches on Cronuses. But from that, it was whatever. We played them. We lost 3-0 pretty quickly. We took them to overtime in CTF. And, you know, this is where all the problems started. I'll admit, I played terribly against them in CTF on the first half, but I did bring it back and finish, you know, 15 and 20 or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it was bad. Put it that way. You know, I subtweeted my own self. I was like, I just cost it. I just lost this the match, and you know, I'll agree with that. You know, I said it. I told them it was my fault with that match. But the other two matches, we all played bad, decent. I don't know how you want to word it, but I don't know, but we all just didn't play good. And the CTF was only one that I really lacked on, and in my opinion, I brought it back. But, you know, it's whatever. We lost. We lost 3-0. It was a pool match. You know, it's not that big of a deal because we still had 2 more matches in pools to make it out of them, which did happen. We won our next 2, but I'll get into that in a minute. So, you know, we lost. You know, we're sitting here from 8:30 to, who knows, like midnight-ish, watching the rest of the match because we didn't know if we had a second match or not. And fortunately, we didn't because we were all out of our minds, you know. A lot of shit happened, and this is where all like the shit started happening. Like I don't know what they did, or I don't know whatever, but I had one bad map so far, and I guess there was a lot of talking behind my back. Honestly, I didn't really say anything. I know I was like, we lost. Let's just get to the next one. Let's win it. We still have a chance at winning. You know, winning our pool. We still have a chance of like just getting out of pools in the winter. And we later found out on Sunday or Saturday that 3 teams made it to winners bracket. So we didn't even, I don't know why we stress it so much. Anyways, going on, we go back to the Airbnb that we had. I'll say this right now. Ray, if you're watching this, dude, you gotta do a little bit more research before you book a B&B. Obviously, it wasn't terrible, but dude, it was not in the best of areas, put it that way. Anyways. So we go back, and I'm sitting there, and Dan Horizon's in my room. You know, I've already asked him about this whole situation. I've talked to him. He doesn't want he doesn't want to be in between both of the sides on this because he's friends with both sides. I've already asked him about it. He just kind of blows off questions, and I was like, you just don't want to be in it, and he's agreed. So don't go talk to him, ask him all this other shit, but me and him are in one room, and then Scruzzer, Laxter, and Ethan Fatal are in the other. Ray's dad was like in the living room or whatever on the other bed, and whatever. That's pretty much the whole B&B. And with the whole B&B, we're just sitting there, laying there. I don't know, like midnight to like 2 a.m.-ish. I'm sitting there laying there, and most of the time I'm sitting there laying there like I just hear through the wall them watching the rebroadcast and just talking mad shit on my name and how I costed them the whole match. And I'm just sitting here like, you know, whatever, I'm blowing it off. I'm like, who really gives a shit, you know? Like, I played bad the match, you know, I was like, you know, they're right in some parts, they're not right in others. But all it was me. And I'll say this before I go on with any of, like, the other shit talking through the wall, whatever. Ethan, I don't think really talked at all, honestly, because I asked him on Sunday that if he was the one talking or anything, and I asked him about it, and he's like, you know, I was just trying to sleep last night. I was like, I feel you, man. And with all that, I just hear them talking like shit on my name. They're like, oh, Jerda got turned on here. Jerda's the reason we lost this part. Jerda's the reason we did this. Jerda's the reason why we couldn't rotate in time. Jerda's this, Jerda's that. I'm like, alright, whatever, you know, I'm just blowing it off. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, let them talk. They can be how they are. And honestly, that's the reason we lost the event. We had the team and the, like, capability to win if we just kept our minds straight. And the other two, I wouldn't even say Ethan was a big problem in it. I think it was just really Scruzzer and Laxter, but I don't know how Ethan was behind backs, you know, talking to other people. But after that, we wake up Saturday and we go to the event, you know, I'm just not here. I didn't mention it. I didn't really give a shit. I'm not gonna throw names into this, but Saturday's like the day everything went down, really. Sunday was part of it, but Saturday was a big deal. So we wake up, we have to play a lesser skilled team than us, and we play very well against them. We, like, you know, we just 3-0 them. It was pretty quick. Anyways, we beat them, and then we played another lesser skilled team on main stage. You can go watch that. It's on their EOT VOD or whatever it's called. And we beat them 3-0 also. We might have lost the S&D, I'm not sure. I think we lost the S&D against the team before that, but I'm not too sure. But we won both our matches. We were second in our pool. We guaranteed second. It came down to Rain winning their match or losing their match for us to be first, and they ended up winning, you know, pretty easily. They're a really good team. And whatever. So we did that, and we go to play our first winners bracket match, and it was supposed to be the team that won the whole thing, Earthroot, but they switched it up for us to play Soul. And we win our first hardpoint. I don't know if it was easy. I don't really remember that whole series like, I remember it, but I don't remember it. Like, I remember winning the first hardpoint, and then I'm pretty sure we lost S&D, CTF, and the next hardpoint after that. And I'm pretty sure, and I just know we lost it. I don't remember playing 2 S&D, so I think they won the next 3. You know, no one really played bad until it came to the CTF, and I just played terrible. I went like 9-22. I underperformed. I'll put it that way. You know, it's whatever. I played bad. I tweeted about it again. I was like, dude, I just costed my team. It's whatever. It's not whatever because I did play bad. I'll agree with it, you know. And they blew up on me, and you know, they're like, oh, you're the reason we're losers, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, I don't know why you guys are blowing up. But we're not out of the tournament. You know, we still have a chance to come back and win. You know, it's not, everything's not over with. Like, look at what happened at After Dark the 2 weekends before that. Me and Ray were on the same team, and we lost our very first match of the tournament. There wasn't even pools there. We lost our very first match of the tournament. We played through losers and played through grand finals and won both their series and grand finals. We won the tournament. Like, losing isn't a big deal unless it's the one that puts you out of the tournament. So I don't know why my teammates stress so hard about losing when it's not the one that's going to kick you out of the tournament. And I just don't understand why they got all butthurt about losing. I understand it's losing, you know, I understand that, and I understand I played like shit, which made them lose. I don't even know if it made them lose. I don't know, like, I didn't really focus on the other 3 that match, and I didn't really care. I just wanted to win, and I played bad, and I underperformed, and I feel terrible about it, but it's whatever. And we lost. We had to move on. So our very next match, we played outside Lights Fire, Sigma, and Chris Radial. As you all know, me and Chris Radial have beef. Whatever, it's over with. I don't really give a shit. Outside was our Chris. He was our other player at After Dark that I mentioned earlier that we won. And, you know, we played that. And I'm sitting here, like, not really giving a shit. Excuse me. I'm sitting here not really giving a shit. I don't really want to try none of that because, you know, my teammates are talking shit on me. I don't really give a shit. And I'm sitting here and, you know, I'm just playing. I'm playing, you know, just casually playing, honestly. And I just didn't really give a shit to play anymore. And then, you know, we're down like 250. We're down like 250 to something. Sorry, I'm in a gunfight here. Give me a second. We were down like 250 to something. And it was like not 250 something, because 250 they'd be winning. But we were down like a good 100 probably. And 120 maybe. I don't really know. We were down by a shitload, put it that way. And we came back and won by like 2 points, and I went like a 16 streak or something. I heard someone told me 16, and then I heard a 23, so I don't really know the exact streak it was. But I just know like I did something crazy there at the very end of the game, and we won. So we won that. It was a very close match. We won that like 250 to 248 or something like that. You know, I came back, I started trying. Big whoop. You know, I don't really care. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you were trying the whole time." I really wasn't. I really didn't give a shit about losing at that point because my teammates were just being dicks. And that all happened, right? So that all happened, and then after all of that, we win the CTF. It played really well in the CTF too. I'm trying to build here. Give me a second. Alright, those teams down. So I played really well in the CTF, I felt. You know, I had both our caps for us to win. I think we had 3 to win. But had 2 of our 3 caps that we won. I got the final kill, I get the pole and whatnot. I went big, I hit streaks and all that shit. So I did all that, and then you know, and then we go to play Seoul the next match right after that. And I'm sitting here like, big whoop, we lost to him earlier, I don't really give a shit. And we sit down to play our very first match. We went like 250 to like 100. I went double positive. I had a good time in Hill. Whatever. Play S&D. Ethan had like 1v4. You know, a few others had like 2v3, 2v2s, 2v4s, and stuff like that. You know, the teammates played well. Like, I will say that. And then like, you know, the whole situation was still happening. Like, they played well, and then the other two matches after that. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on this game. We lost. We lost the next 2, so we go and we played map 5. We went round 11. You know, I had to defend the A side by myself. I pulled a submachine gun out to do it because they kept playing aggressive and they won it a few times. And they did a 3 or 4 pit mid A, and I pushed them back. You know, and we came back and won that. We won that round 11. I don't think I got a kill that whole round 11. You know, my teammates played really good that match. Put it that way. With that being said, we win that, and that was our last game Saturday. And then we go on to play Sunday, and our very first match was supposed to be against Milwaukee, or not Milwaukee Wolves. Our very first match Sunday was against Mongoster and his team. I think they were Milwaukee Wolves. So we played them, and our very first match, we got like, I don't even know what the score was. We lost. We lost our hard point. We lost our S&D. And in the CTF, I was like 19-5 before the halftime, and I had like 2 caps or 1 cap. And we were up like 2-0, and then like as soon as they had like a 4 down or something, I don't know the situation, our monitors or whatever turned off, and it was just like a whole weird situation that shouldn't have happened. So they got like a free cap off of it when, you know, who knows if they would have really got the cap or not. And it, you know, it's whatever. The situation happened. You know, we agreed upon 2-1, and everything happened. And then the second half of the CTF starts. We get a cap pretty early again, and we beat them in the CTF like 3-2 or 4-2 final score. I played really well against them in the CTF, and it was just a really fun match. It was a very active, quick match. And I just played really well. I don't know what to tell you, but that was all I could really tell you about that match. I'm trying to, what the fuck? Alright, well that happened. Anyways, so that happens, we win that. We go on then to play the next hardpoint, and it's London Docks. And I personally felt like I played super good in this match. I know, like, we lost it and whatever. Oh shit, I don't got any building supplies. This is a terrible situation, fuck me. But anyways, we go on to play that match, and it was a very shitty, oh shit. Very shitty performance by me, right? And I own up to it. Or not the next match. My bad. Forget about what I said. So I had a very shitty performance in those 2 CTFs, whatever. I'll recap that later. Going to the next one, I played really good in the hardpoint, I felt. I had the second most time, and after that, we lost, and I won't even blame my teammates for that loss. Like, a few of them played bad, one of them played somewhat good, you know. And I was honestly like the only one that had a really good match that match, but it's whatever, we lost, you know, like it's a team game. I don't really give a shit. I don't blame my teammates for losing all this shit. That's the thing I don't understand. Because most of it was just my teammates blaming us for losing and shit. which is very annoying and shit, but it's whatever. I can't really do anything about it. Put me on the fucking ground. Oh my god, shit. Oh, I killed the guy. But anyways, so that shit happens. We played that last hard point, and we're out of the tournament. And that's when things get really, 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 really bad. I already found out that I was getting dropped before that, the earlier Saturday morning. I already found out that shit. I didn't really care about getting dropped because I really wasn't planning on staying with them and playing the game. You know, I just didn't really plan on being that with them anymore. Like, they were just shitty teammates. And after all that happened, like, I'm just sitting down talking to people, you know, telling them shit happens. And then I have our photographer come up to me, and they're like, oh, by the way, your teammates, and I understand they're being dicks, I've seen it all on Twitter, they goes, your teammates wanted the team photo without you. I was like, okay, I didn't really give a shit. And then he was like, also, they told me to crop you out of all the photos, and put only them three in it, and make you pay for your photos. After the org already paid. And I already knew the org already paid. I saw the dick message my teammate sent to, our photographer. That earlier before the event, he's like, the photographer asked, he's like, oh, I'm gonna take your photos just so you know. And I think, I don't know who it was, but he's like, yeah, if I didn't want you taking my photos, I would have told you or whatever. You know, some dumb shit, ignorant shit that one of my teammates said to the photographer. I don't know who it was. And he goes, you know, that whole like crop you out and make you pay for them. He goes, I'm not gonna make you do that because your org paid and you're just, you know, you're chill and there's no point in doing it because you know, there's just no point in doing it. And when I heard that. I don't know which one it is, I'm not gonna say names, and you know, a lot of the shit I'm not gonna say names of people saying, and when I heard that shit, it just blew my mind. I was like, dude, there's no way. You know, I already went through them talking shit on my name Saturday or Thursday night or Friday night. I already went through them talking shit on my name Saturday night about how I played bad with them rewatching the videos and shit like that. And I've already heard all this shit, and I'm just sitting here like, there's gotta be no way these kids said this. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, how petty can you be of a person? You know, and I won't lie, I've already built a bad reputation for myself. And I won't lie about it, right? But how petty do you have to be to tell somebody not to make me buy my own photos and shit because you don't like them after a tournament or something, you know? It was a really weird, like, feeling I got, and I was just like, wow, this can't be real. And after all that dumb shit happened, you know, like, I was just sitting here and I started talking to people. And this is when people started coming up to me, and they're like, dude, you realize your teammates are doing this? Dude, you realize your teammates are doing that? And I just like, yeah, you know, it's just whatever. I've had multiple people come up to me, and they're like, oh, your teammates are doing this, they're saying this about you, and, like, I'm like, I don't care, you know, like, I'm just trying... You know, I'm just like, I just want to be home earlier. I just want to be home already. You know, I don't really give a shit anymore. It's whatever. It's over. All this shit's over with. You know, I'm just gonna drop it. You know, and it just kept happening. And then Timmy, Phantom's God, I think is shit. Fuck that kid. Anyways, Timmy tried to make the situation a lot less than it already was. And I'm thankful for all that. But, you know, it was already to the point where you can't really make it better than what it was. It is what it is, and, you know, you just gotta deal with it. And and when people came up to me, like, Pemby came up to me, he's like, oh, people told me that, you know, before the tournament even started, like, to shit on you and everything, because they said that you 3-0 people. I'm like, dude, I never said that shit. He goes, that's why, like, everyone hates you and all, is just people, like, keep talking reckless stuff, and they say that you said it, and I'm like, I never said any of that. I told people that we had a chance to beat you guys if we really played well, and, you know, stuff like that. And I think that's all what it came down to, was people saying stuff to other people that I never said. But, not with my teammates. That's with everything talking to me. I talked to Pemby about it. He's like, wow, dude, you know, his reaction was just like, you know, it's what, you just gotta deal with it. Shit happens. I used to have toxic teammates, you know, I understand. And that's just from him hearing my side. I don't know if, like, they talk to him at all. I don't really care, honestly. But, yeah, so all that shit happens. It's whatever. And then Timmy, Phantom Gods, comes up to me. He's like, yo, you know, this is what happened. This is what I've been told. You know, you can't be doing all this stuff. And I'm like sitting here telling him. And half the stuff I hear. Give me a second. I'm in a gunfight here. Half the stuff I hear from him is just straight out lies and bullshit. And I'm just sitting here like, how can my teammates say this dumb shit? You know, like, I just didn't understand what I did for them to hate me so bad, you know, whatever. But it's whatever, and I'm just sitting here like, dude, I didn't do any of that shit. And I had to explain to him the whole talking shit on my name and all that other dumb stuff and whatever. And then he's like, you know what? Just quit tweeting about it. You know, you shouldn't. And I'll agree. I shouldn't have subtweeted in the first place. You know, he said just quit doing all that stuff and it'll make it easier. And you know, I just, you know, it's whatever. So after all that, I talked to him. You know, shit got less crazy. Ethan had to leave for his train. Laxter and Dan had to leave for their train, and me and Ray were the last two there. And you know, honestly, like me and Ray, I don't even like hate him any. Like I don't even think he was the problem. You know, like at After Dark, he was really chill and stuff. And I think it's the other two or Tristan just getting to his head because just because of weird shit. And you know, and that's pretty much all the weekend. And I'm just sitting here just watching finals and shit and just talking to people, and everyone had the same story. I told people that, or I said that they costed me to people. And that, you know, I was the problem in the whole event. You know, I'm the reason that we lost and all this shit. And I'm like, dude, I never even said anything to people. The only thing I said to one person that was after all this shit happened was that they played for stats against Simp in the hardpoint. And I truly believe they did because we were all separate. And, you know, at one point in time, I'm sitting here holding spawns. These guys spawn up and run at field for the rotation at like 45 seconds. And I'm like, oh, they're rotating, you know? And I didn't really think of anything of it. And then I'm like, no, they're just gonna go through red. And then I just watched some guy go top red, go back, like, go back radio tower and, like, kill someone from behind. And I'm like, wait a second. You know, I'm just sitting here like, you know, something like that. I don't know if it was top red. I don't know where he went. But, like, he went all the way around mid-cut or something like that. Or it might have been, like, the white cut or something. And, like, went to kill someone behind. And it just registered in my brain. I was like, why the hell is he doing that? Not just wrapping back through the back stables area to the second hill or the third hill. And I'm like sitting here, and it didn't hit my brain until after all the shit talking and stuff, you know? And I'm sitting here mind blown about all this shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And after all this shit, I'm just like, whatever, man, you know? And I can just say all I want the whole time, and they can say all they want, and it's kind of like bullshit and stuff because it's a 3-on-1 and whatever. But, you know, it's over with. I can't really say anything anymore, you know, it's whatever. This might be like my last video talking about it. I'm not talking about it on Twitter anymore. If you really want to talk about it, you have to DM me and stuff. But, you know, it's the whole time after, I'm just sitting here hearing this shit. Oh, you're the reason this. They said you were the toxic one. I'm like, dude, no. Like, I didn't subtweet anything until after we lost to Seoul and the Winners or something like that. After all the shit talking happened Friday night. After all the dumb shit happened with them, me hearing that I was gonna get dropped. After all that dumb shit. You know, and stuff that I said in this video isn't chronological, like, or whatever the fucking word is. Like, some shit happened before other shit, and I said it, like, during something else that brought it back to my brain or whatever. And I'm trying to keep names out of this because I don't want other people involved in this dumb shit that happened. It's all petty and stuff, you know? It's annoying. And, you know, it's all me, all my fault, all this, everyone's saying. And I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything other than subtweet after we lost, after the fact that they're blaming me for everything else. And it's what it came down to it, you know? Like, it's whatever. Like, that's the end of it. And me and Ray watched finals, you know, he was on one side of the room, I was on the other. He was sitting by himself, I was sitting with all the others, you know. It was just a really weird situation. And, you know, I get it. You know, like, I understand, like, I was dropped, they want someone else, but, like, you don't have to, like, I don't know, it's just really weird. You don't have to, like, isolate yourself from everybody else. It was just, the whole situation was just really weird. Especially afterwards, it was all, like, awkward and as hell. Because they, you know, I guess we just, I don't know, I still don't really give a shit anymore. Like, I really don't. Like, if they want to be friends with me, they can be friends with me. If they don't, they don't. But that's on them. I just wake up the next day, put my socks and shoes on the same shit as I did the day before, and I just live my life. I go to work, go to school, go to play video games, and I just do what I do, you know, and move on from all the other shit and just forget about it. But I guess they can't forget about anything. And after the event, I think it was either we were in the hotel, or not the hotel, either we were in the airport, or where the hell is this guy at? I don't really know where we were, but Tristan was just like Laxter was just like blowing my Twitter up with all this dumb shit that was like that, you know, he was just like trying to start arguments and shit, and I was like, dude, just leave me the fuck alone. And it got to the point where I just had to block him because it's just so annoying, and I'm like, and I'm just sitting here trying to like just get over the shit and just like move on with my life and just talking to other people, and I'm just like, dude, like, can you leave me alone? And he just wouldn't, everything. I'll tweet somebody else, I'll tweet somebody about something about the event, and then he'd bring up, oh, but you know, you won't tell him that you costed me or some shit. And I'm like, I didn't cost. And he's like, oh yeah, you did. You went 9-22. I'm like, yeah, I went 9-22 one map. You know, I'm like, I don't deny it. You know, like, it's not like I deny any of this shit. And you know, if I missed anything and you know about something and you're on Twitter or something, just tell me, or like put it in the comments of this video and I'll reply to it and be like, yeah, you're right. You know, this is part of it and whatever. And you know what just pissed me off the worst about this weekend was that them just watching the videos talking shit behind my back the whole entire time. Like, that shit just got mad annoying, mad quick, and then what got really annoying, what really pissed me off, was when everyone came up to me and was like, oh, so you're Jerda, you're the reason they lost or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that, you know, I had to sit there and literally explain to them exactly, like, day by day, step by step, pretty much everything I said in this video, what happened. And they're like, oh, they explained it about how this happened and this happened. I'm like, dude, none of that shit ever happened. You know, a lot of people were like, oh, they said that you cost and all this shit. I'm like, I didn't say anything. I just tweeted out saying my teammates are being annoying as fuck and like some dumb shit I tweeted. You know, I tweeted it. Oh well, like, it's just annoying. And every match after, like, I had that 9-22, I said they'd be like, dude, alright, after I went like 32 and like 16 or whatever against Seoul, they're like, oh, you're pretty shit though, it doesn't matter, you went 9-22 and all this other dumb shit. I'm like, whatever, man, I'm just over it, just let me get home. And you know, that's pretty much all it was. It was just constant them like saying shit and people believing it, and I'm just like, alright, whatever. And you know, it was just a bunch of bullshit lies and petty shit, and everyone on Twitter thinks like they're right and like whatever, and like what they're saying is real. Because, and I won't deny it, I built a bad reputation on my name for talking shit to people. And I won't deny that, you know, I agree and whatever, but it's just annoying like that people believe them and they're not right, they're lying, and it's just whatever. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I'm home safely now after a long ass damn day of traveling, flying, you know, driving 4 hours back to my house. And I'm back home. It's now Tuesday, like 3 in the afternoon, and you know, I'm back home safe. Thank you everybody that told me travel safe, you know, whatever. It was awesome meeting a lot of you. I met a good amount of people, had a good amount of people come up to me. It was just a fun time, other than the fact that with all my teammate bullshit, but you know, it happened. I can't really say shit about it. And yeah, you know, shit happens. That's all I can say. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be posting more. I think I'll be posting more Fortnite videos here in the future if you guys want to stay and watch those. With that, I'll be out. This is Jerda. Have a great time, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.